All right, thank you all for your patience. I greatly appreciate it. At this time here, we will bring it down to Neverland with Soulmass. Soulmass, please bring us into this wonderful world of Neva.
Hello everybody. Welcome to Neva. We are going to be presenting to you today a run of all collectibles story mode. Thank you all so much for meeting the milestone to upgrade to all collectibles. I really look forward to showing that off for you. I'm going to go ahead and jump into a new game and select story mode. As you can see, it says play the game focusing on narrative without death and with slightly easier challenges. And we're going to take advantage of this to go faster. Time is going to start when I gain control of Alba, which is our main character in the game. And if you're afraid of spoilers, I skip all the cutscenes in this. I'm only going to show the ending cutscene at the end of the game because I've been asked to. So yeah, I'll give warnings to get to the end of the game. So yeah, welcome to Neva. We are starting in the summer. And as you can see, we've got Alba here sitting on the floor with puppy Neva. I'll be counting down timer in 3, 2, 1, go. So the beginning of Neva is largely just this tutorial where we're going to be interacting with puppy Neva, and it's building the relationship between our character Alba and Neva. The game is largely told, well, entirely told, without any sort of real dialogue other than me saying Neva or whistling for Neva or any other sound effects. Everything is visual storytelling in this game, and it is quite beautiful. You're going to see a lot of beautiful artwork and vistas. And here we're going to get the basics of platforming and interacting with Neva to start off the run. I have a friend who joined me here at the last minute on comms. Kasaki, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Kasaki. I have not played or ran this game, but I have seen Soulmass do it a few times, and we're gonna vibe because this game's really pretty and really cute, and also terrifying.
Yeah, I wasn't going to talk about how terrifying it is yet, but this low-key may have belonged in a horror block. Horror block returns. It's fine though. It's not that scary. It just gets a little creepy at sometimes.
But yeah, so this is Neva. It's extremely pretty. Anyone that's played anything like Grease or those kinds of games, very kind of same vibe. And if you haven't played this, you should. It's on my list. The list is just always long.
Yes, the list is very long. I will say that if you want to play Neva and Grease, both are on sale right now on Steam. I think Neva is only $12, and if you want to get a bundle with Grease is only a couple dollars more. Grease was made by the same developer. It was their first game. Neva was their second. It came out this year. And I'm with Kasaki. Both are absolutely gorgeous games, and everybody should play them.
Yeah, Grease made me cry.
Yeah, Grease makes most people cry. Neva will also make most people cry. So be ready with the tissues if you're playing these games. So yeah, we've unlocked all collectibles, which means I need to gather all the flowers in the game. There's 29 of them. That was the first one. A lot of them are in little hidden like crevices, kind of like that, or they may be in hidden areas that you wouldn't think to traverse because they're a little out of the way. But right here we're in a portion where it's really teaching us about platforming and what our movement is like in the game, which I know how to do. You can see me doing air dashes because it's the fastest way to move. And I'll be doing some precise platforming throughout the game to speed things up. Kasaki, what were you going to say? I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Oh no, you're perfectly fine. I was actually also just going to mention the fact that like the movement in this game is wild because it's just nothing but air dashes the whole time. And it makes my hands hurt to think about, and I am super proud of the fact that you're able to just do that for as long as you do, because like I could not.
Yeah, it's definitely not the easiest game to run quickly, because this air dashing, there's so much of it over the course of the entire run. It's very quick buttons mashed in succession to get this correct, and it can be tiring on the thumb. I only do this like one run in a session usually. I don't do more than one. We're done with the platforming tutorial section, and let's proceed forward with the rest of the game. Neva, come on down here. Leave them butterflies alone. We're done with them. Good girl. Some downhills and uphills like this, it's faster to actually just roll, because when you're floating through the air, it's actually a little slow, and you're not air dashing. But any like totally flat surface like this vista we're about to go across, which is beautiful by the way, fastest movement is going to be an air dash. We've got some wild boars here. Anybody who's seen the movie Princess Mononoke is going to notice a lot of influence from that movie in this game. And those boars...
I was actually going to say that.
Yeah, those boars may or may not foreshadow things to come.
Never mind, I hate it here. Oh, no.
I told you it might be a horror game. And here we're...
Oh, yeah, the Princess Mononoke. Oh, go ahead,
I was going to say, here's our introduction, like, sort of to our antagonist of the game. Which is this corruption that is about to start spreading throughout the valley. And destroying everything. But go ahead, Ryuto.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, you know, with Princess Mononoke had a 4K release into the theaters recently, and I went to watch that, and I was like, I'm getting that extreme vibe from just watching all this. And then you mentioned, yeah, no, the rot's happening and everything like that. It's like, oh, well, that's even more direct than I was expecting.
Yes, and it keeps getting more and more direct. They definitely do not hide their influence, and that's not a bad thing. Even Grease had some Studio Ghibli influence in it. That was also some Princess Mononoke, just like a little bit of Easter egging. This also has some Spirited Away influence, and you'll see that eventually. We're getting there. We're coming up to our second flower here. Normally can just proceed
just in general.
and go ahead and grab that tree and move forward to the right, but there's a flower up here, so you have to go back for it. But I'm moving forward. Sorry, Kasaki, what were you going to say?
No, you're good. I was just going to say shout outs to Studio Ghibli films. They're just good.
They really are.
Like even if you're not an anime watcher, watch those movies.
Agreed. No!
Yeah, don't worry about Neva. She's fine.
It's fine.
That's okay.
What could go wrong?
I will point out that, you know, there's a lot of these interactions I'm doing with these little forced scenes with Neva, where, you know, I hug Neva or I pet Neva. You know, that's forcing you to do that. So 10 out of 10 game, you have to pet the dog in this game. You can't do the game without petting the dog.
Too long have we spent the question asking, can you pet the dog, versus just, you have to pet the dog.
Yes, you have to pet the dog in this game, or you cannot play it.
Speedrunners of this game be like, hey, can we not pet the dog, please?
Yeah. Is there a way I can just avoid petting the dog, please?
The dog? Yeah, I need to save a second, please. I'm gonna get them banned from speedruns.com. Watch this. How dare you?
For this little screen with the hands, you saw I dropped to the left. That way I can just proceed from left to right across the screen. Faster than dropping in the middle and having to go both sides. There's a lot of stuff in the game where you know what's coming up in the speedrun, so you can kind of just prepare for it and do the fastest thing to get through it. Like these hands, you don't have to kill any of them. You can just go right through them. And there'll be other like interactable environmental stuff that'll happen where I'll know what's going to happen before it happens. You'll see me react to it before it happens. Here's our first fight with some actual enemies. There's just a few of them though. And this is sort of the end of the tutorial. And we have saved Neva. That's tutorial area complete.
Like that's probably that's probably the biggest difference between this and like Grease is like this has actual combat instead of just a whole bunch of platforming. And to be honest, I'm here for it.
And the cool thing is, even if you've only played Grease and combat's not your thing, playing on story mode like this makes combat pretty inconsequential since I can't die. Getting hit only really just slows me down. So you're going to see me use that to damage boost through some stuff and speed things up as I go through the run.
And I was going to ask, you did some air dashes a little bit earlier. Are those invincible, going through those hands and whatnot?
Yes, this is a Souls-like. You have iframes. You have iframes while you are dashing or rolling. So if I was playing on adventure mode where you do have a health bar, you are expected to dash or roll to iframe through attacks, especially on some of the bosses.
But since it's story mode, you'll probably just hit the boss as many times as you can because you don't have to worry about
Exactly.
that.
I'm just going to be standing inside of all the bosses, just hitting them.
Personal space be darned.
Exactly. Going back, another flower here was hidden in those thorns, which I think
They're real Dark Souls strats.
Yes.
Yeah, also true. Yeah.
You can see I'm hitting these spaces to clear vines, and the enemies also have like this mask on their faces. This is the Spirited Away thing I was talking about. These are all essentially inspired by No Face from Spirited Away. That big hulking one that you may not see in the background, again, will look maybe familiar. We'll see many iterations on this type of enemy as we go through the game. While I'm still making my way here through the summer,
we're just kind of going along.
Summer.
You do if you have anything to go over that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was going to say, with so much care and love to the animals that we have out here, I wanted to actually bring up the character bid where we have from Mario Kart with an animal, the cow, at the top right now with $65, but Bowser, the beast, is not trailing behind too far at $35. So if you want to see Big Daddy Bowser riding those carts at the very end of this runs here, please throw some money to the character bid war and make sure you do attach that with any donations that you do put in. And as a double reminder, at $300 more, $3,300, we'll have that Fight Mike episode of Deltarune happening with an extra boss battle that requires a microphone. And I believe I need to be spoiled on that one. I gotta see it. So if you have anything for that as well, hey, that is available too. And you don't have to actually attach anything to that one. That's just, once we reach that 3,300 marker, we're good to go on that one.
Yo, I want to see Fight Mike. Let's get that in Cinemet, y'all.
That's right.
We had another quick preview of that big enemy that was in the background. Again, this game does have some boss fights. That's a preview of our boss fight for the summer night here once we get there. Not quite there yet. We got a little bit more of summer left before we get to that point. We are going to have a cameo, though, again, of the boss here. There's a few different auto-scroll sections in this game, which on adventure mode you do have to play through. But in story mode, something cool that they added for accessibility, since these can be a little hard, is you can just skip them. So no auto-scrollers in this speedrun. Sorry, everybody. This brings us to the second half of Summer Night.
But yeah.
And I like to refer to this half of Summer Night as Hollow Night. So shout out to Alba, who totally doesn't look anything like Jane Silksong.
I am going to start calling her that now.
I mean, she's got, white hair, red cape, got a sword. We're going to be pogoing off of things later. You do the math.
No, completely different characters. Nope. Absolutely different. Actually, you know who actually she reminds me of more? She reminds me of Fury, like that character from Fury.
Yes, I love Fury.
If I have my
What a
names right,
great
yeah.
game.
Yeah. I like, yeah, the sword, the kind of white top and the red flowing cape. Like, that came to mind first, actually. Haven't played either, though, so really, I have no leg to stand on there.
Yeah, shoutouts to games that are just entirely boss rushes.
Oh, yes.
That's not this game, obviously, but shoutouts to those kind of games.
Mm-hmm.
My first speed game was actually Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh, really?
That's a boss rush of sorts.
Such a good game.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little trick here that you can save time.
It's a boss rush with extra steps.
You can just damage boost off that vine there and save some time. You don't have to clear all the vines on this left-hand side of the screen. You just have to clear the one and you can just damage boost up to it. Whoops, I fell down. Once again, we got to pet Neva. It's the only way to play the game.
Yes, please. Please and thank you.
Good dog. Right now, again, we're just building relationship with Puppy Neva. As the game progresses, as you may expect, we're not going to be in summer the entire game. Next chapter of the game is going to be the fall. And Neva doesn't stay small. So we do get to see our full relationship built with Neva. As Neva ages.
It's just a coming of age story, just not for us.
Yes.
Yeah. We've already come of age.
Yeah, just not for us. Quick down stab there just to save time from not having to fall down. We hadn't been talking about down stabbing yet, but this is where we're going to actually start using it a lot more. I think the game only did the tutorial for it not that long ago. But you can see that we have a down stab, and we use it to traverse downward areas faster. But it also does more damage than a normal slash, so we'll be using it in some fights to try and get the fights to go faster. It's like these normal enemies, if you get 2 slashes and a down slash on them, they die right away. Whereas they would normally take 5 slashes to kill them.
But I figure 2 down slashes wouldn't actually do the trick, or it might be slower to re-jump again.
Yeah, 2 down slashes. It is fast and does kill them with 2, but it's actually a little bit faster just to do the quick slashes and down slash, because those enemies will warp away to a different part of the map if you don't kill them fast enough. So if you do the down slash, it might put them in their warp threshold, and they'll warp away before you can get the second down slash in, and then you just lose time.
Ah, okay, not a true combo.
Yeah, exactly. Here, this is a little bit interesting. You gotta do a little bit of jump tech to get through past that little vine there to get that flower. Falling down instead of immediately jumping. This is where we start to teach us that, you know, again, we can dash through things to have iframes, because you have to do it to get past this vine. But this also tells us that our best aerial momentum, as far as traversing long gaps, is going to be a jump, an air dash, and then a double jump. And we're going to take advantage of that now to actually cycle skip this chapter portion that's going to get us to the end of the chapter. Unlocking this gong puzzle platform thing. We only have to hit the gong once instead of twice because of the skip we're going to do. Go over here to kill the space. Just go back, don't hit the gong, and we're going to make this jump. With all of our movement. The jump, air dash, double jump, and couple slashes. And just like that, we are at the end of summer. We're about to fight the boss. And you'll see what I was talking about when we're just going to stand inside of the boss and just wail on him. Ryuta, while I'm fighting the boss, you got anything you want to talk about? Go right ahead.
Well, so as you're fighting this boss, I want to remind, as Fight Mike is going to happen here potentially at the $3,300 milestone. It's an optional boss fight in Chapter 4 of Deltarune. You have to use the actual microphone in the boss fight itself, and it's just something I really want to see. It might not be nearly as violent in their face as this one right here, but nonetheless, that is available, and you can 2-in-1 that with the bid war for Mario Kart World. So if you have a favorite character you want to see on there, between Bowser, Swoop, Toadette, or Cow, hey, make that happen as well. Oh, dang!
Yeah.
I mean, you said Princess Mononoke, that's a pretty violent movie. I don't know what I expected, just that was a lot more straightforward than I was ready for.
Yeah, the end of each chapter is pretty beautiful, with these great musical swells. Shout outs to the violinist who did the music for this game, as well as for Grease. It's half the experience, along with the art, is having this music to accompany everything. Welcome to the fall, or as I like to call it, Neva's teenage years.
It's not a phase, Mom.
This is definitely a phase. Throughout the fall, we're going to see that Neva becomes extremely independent. We're not going to see much of Neva, except for when Neva feels like doing something. And it's normally Neva being violent, just off on her own, fighting these shadows and stuff, as we do our own thing as well.
Teamwork, dreamwork.
So, as Neva gets older, a little bit of growing pains for our relationship, but I promise you, we'll come back together, eventually.
Neva?
I love the fall. This is all so
Just wants to
beautiful.
hang out in her room.
Yeah, just hang out in her room, listen to her music. Neva there just playing with her food. Leave her be.
Eat your vegetables, Neva.
As a teenager.
Yeah.
And again, just hope everybody's really enjoying the artwork of this game. It's all hand drawn and just absolutely beautiful.
And really, while you were running up there, there were some specks of blue along everything else, and it's like, yeah, this looks like autumn, absolutely, like this by itself. But the little specks of blue along the way just really sold that home.
Yeah, because we still got, you know, little bits of flowers here and there in the autumn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's those boars again. They seem to be doing well.
I wonder what that could be.
This field of red flowers, that's a little ominous.
No, this is fine.
Yeah, come on. When's the color red ever meant anything bad in anything?
And here we finally reached the...
It's called fall.
Yes,
Yeah.
and exactly, this is fall because we've now reached the rest of the game, which is platforming and ladders. These ladders look like white flowers growing on cliffs. I'm going to gather a flower down here real quick. But we don't actually climb ladders in this game. We let go and double jump and then re-grab them because it's faster. You're going to see me jumping up ladders as I encounter them. And again, Neva's around us this whole time, but she's just kind of, you know, warping around and fighting enemies on her own.
I mean, teenagers gotta have a hobby too, you know? Warping around, that's a good one.
Yeah, I loved warping around when I was a young little twerp.
Yeah, 9th to 10th grade, I was just warping around everywhere. My parents wanted me to stop. I'm like, no, just love warping.
Once a speedrunner,
Parents just don't understand.
once a speedrunner, always a speedrunner. I just gotta clip through this wall real quick.
Yeah. Me telling my parents that speedrunning's not a phase.
What's that hole in the wall? Sorry, I failed the wall clip.
Yeah. Also, don't mind my body hanging halfway out there. That's just normal.
Here, this is a good example of the fastest way to kill any enemies is to use gravity. So we are going to abuse that at many points throughout the run. Whenever we have cliffs near enemies, it's faster to just hit them off the cliff.
So question, that last section, Neva was also like throwing the enemies off there. Is that like a semi-tutorial thing, or did you set that up for Neva to do that?
That's just a cinematic moment. Just showing us working together. Neva bumping them off the edge and me bumping off the edge. It is also the game showing you that, hey, you can hit these enemies off the edge and it's easier to kill them that way. So it's like an implicit tutorial.
Love that. Yeah. Oh, that's the good stuff right there.
Here we've got some platform cycles, which unfortunately we can't do any faster than the cycle has. So, Ryudo, if you got anything, now's a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. For folks who might have been rolling in the past run or whatnot, you know, you might be asking, like, what are we doing here? What is Saving Sarah and whatnot? Just a quick little blurb for you here is that Saving Sarah is a mutual aid event helping our good friend of the community, Doodleplex, to help end her house insecurity and get her into a better place financially. So you can always hit exclamation point donate to help Sarah directly, and this can go into donating for other runs as well, like the character bid war for the character selection for Mario Kart World, and that 2-in-1s into the next milestone that we have for Fight Mike, the optional boss fight in chapter 4 of Delta Room. So definitely check that out if you get the opportunity here, and we just thank you for having us here for your entertainment.
As you can see, we've been introduced to a new enemy type in the game. This is this like amalgamation of all the other smaller enemies. Now, if you don't kill them fast enough, they do warp away to the other side of the screen, which loses you time because you have to chase after them. So as a speedrunner, we really try to do as much damage as possible to them in the shortest amount of period to keep them from warping away and losing that bit of time. And if you've ever played Grease, you know that one of the design philosophies that Nomada Studio likes to use a lot when they have an area that they want you to get past in order to proceed to the next part of the game is they'll have a little hub where you have to go left and right and clear each side of the hub before you can proceed. We've reached one of those hubs, and we're doing the left side first, just because it's faster. We were already there, coming in from the left-hand side. And I'm also going to react to this before it happens. And I should still be able to make this platform cycle. Yes, as long as you start this platform. Oh, nope, didn't quite make it. Never mind. as long as you can start that platform cycle like as quickly as possible when it spawns in, you can actually make all these platforms right away. But since I was just slightly late on the down stab, I missed the cycle just slightly. Which is fine. Stuff happens. It's just a marathon run, y'all.
Yeah, like you said, the season is fall, and you just had to celebrate it in your own special way.
Here we've got another one of these enemies. We're going to try and kill them as quickly as possible. I didn't get one hit in. Up and getting hit by them. Obviously, they're going to warp away before I can do damage. Neva will help you a little bit on these enemies, as you saw, but you can't count on that. That's very RNG.
Ah, gotcha.
But we've opened the flower and had that little orb explode. That's our denoting that we finished the left-hand side of this hub area. We're going to make our way back to the center of the hub now, so we can do the right-hand side of this hub area. And generally, each side of the hub will have its own theme. Like this left-hand side, you've seen a lot of like crumbling platforms that you have to interact with. Right-hand side will have more of that, but there's also some new enemies it's gonna give us. Here, I'm not gonna bother with those platforms on the left. We can actually make this jump. As long as we neutral jump straight up and grab the ladder, we can just barely grab it. And we're coming up here on, I think, probably one of the hardest flowers to grab in all collectibles, or at least for some people may be the hardest. It's way up there over on the left. You gotta do some very specific jumping to do this. So I'm gonna let go, slash, dash, and double jump. I do the slash to normalize my downward momentum, like stop the downward fall. That way I can immediately dash to the left and get the double jump in. And just like that, we've got the flower.
Using sword slashes as aerial movement has to be my favorite thing in games, quite honestly. Oh, that is satisfying.
And it's one thing that they don't really, they do everything to really teach you a lot about things you're expected to do in this game. That's something you're not expected to do for anything other than collecting a couple of the flowers. So you're just left to learn that on your own. And yeah, again, like you said, I love when there's lots of different aerial movement tech to use and your slashes become part of it. It's so cool. I'll also say that the controls for this game very tight. It's extremely satisfying to do all of this movement. So even if most of the speedrun is these aerial dashes, I highly recommend picking it up. It's not a hard run to pick up. And it's very fun to do.
And you get this eye candy for the rest of the time too, so it's like, heck, you literally can't lose there.
Here you can see me unintentionally showing off that on story mode, if you fall off a platform and it just immediately spawns you back on the platform you were originally on. So that's helpful because it's not sending you all the way back to like the last checkpoint in the level, which would waste a lot of time in a speedrun.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, like, what happens on a actual run? It's like, okay, there are checkpoints that will just send you back to.
Yeah, you may have noticed, like, we passing these, like, rock structures that look kind of like fountains or something. Those are the checkpoints in the game.
Oh. Not only there to be pretty. Gotcha.
And these are the new enemies I was talking about, these flying enemies. I also abuse death to kill them faster. We just we do our aerial dashes and down slashes to immediately just kill them, respawn on the platform, kill the next one that spawns in.
I don't think you recognized it, but you threw down some good bars there.
And at the top of this ladder, we've got a mini fight with these flying enemies where we want to try and do it a very specific way to do it fast. I'm going to get this left one first, let the other one come into the middle. He doesn't want to cooperate, so I'm going to go over to him. This one came over to me. Oh, Neva wants to help. Didn't help.
Typical teenager behavior.
Yep. These things are just being weird. They're fine though. They're all gone now. Neva did not help actually. Doing that attack threw off the AI a little bit and had that last enemy do things I didn't want to do. So yeah, Neva will be a teenager and just mess up your whole run. Also, you have no fall damage, so if there's like not a death plane underneath you, you can just do stuff like this.
Oh.
We're back at the hub.
Nice.
Here, there's really no puzzle to it other than you just have to make sure you get through this as quickly as possible because these are shifting platforms. So I need to make myself get over to this right side before I lose the platforms all the way on the right. They're gonna move down and I wouldn't have them there anymore. You see them doing it now. And we've got a really long ladder. What a thrill. This is gonna bring us to our second auto scroll of the game, which we're once again gonna skip. And we're also gonna skip the cutscene with it, which would be where we would introduce the final boss of the game. But we're not gonna see that boss yet.
No spoilers here.
Yeah, no spoilers here. We're skipping that. Skipping the auto-scroller. On our way to the next chapter.
Yeah, that's a tomorrow problem.
Yeah, it's a problem for later me. I promised at the beginning I wouldn't be spoiling anything, and I'm other than showing you the main stuff you have to do to traverse the game, I haven't spoiled anything about the story, because a lot of it's told in the cutscenes, and we won't be seeing any of those.
Oh, it is faster. Cheers to you for that, because like this game is just flooring me with how well put together, how gorgeous it is, how the hand drawings, everything like that is just immaculate.
This area of the fall, as you can see, is very foggy. This is the area I like to call Silent Hill. Because again, this may or may not be a horror game.
Right, it could be anything.
Oh. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, surely nothing terrible's happening. The force has looked a lot better,
Never,
though,
no.
I could say. Oh, hey, there's the boars again. They seem to be doing well. Oh. Never mind. Okay, right here.
That's just me on Tuesday.
I was waiting to see I was waiting to see when that autosave started, because Neva is actually going to be doing like weird stuff off to the left and wouldn't join us at this point for a while. If we reload from the autosave, though, Neva is automatically here and we could just proceed. So a little bit of AI manipulation using that. And it genuinely saves a lot of time. Neva takes forever to catch up to you when you're sitting there on that screen.
Neva has to actually catch up all the way.
Here's a boar fight. We're going to drag the boar over to the right-hand side of the screen so we can immediately proceed after we kill it. Although we're not actually killing the boar, we're killing the corruption inside of the boar, which exposed itself out of its mouth. I know it's hard to see with all the fog in this area. We'll see more as it gets less foggy later on. But we took care of that boar. Proceeding through here, and we're introduced to deer.
Ooh.
Surely nothing bad could happen to the deer in this game.
Wow, that
No, like, come on. The boars are one
that
thing.
deer looks really familiar too.
Yeah. Nothing ever happened bad to a deer in any Miyazaki movie whatsoever.
No, never.
You see another boar here, but this one doesn't attack us right away. That's because it doesn't have the corruption in it yet. If we can keep these enemies from getting close to the boar, we can actually skip this boar fight. And clearly that would save a lot of time. So yeah, we're not going to bother fighting that boar.
Hey, nice.
These little flying enemies, they don't really do anything. They're just there. So you can ignore them.
Vibe-based enemies, I love them.
They're just floating there, menacing.
Yeah.
Some,
Yeah, actually
yeah,
true.
some of them will be a little bit in your way, so you can just air dash through them so they don't hit you. But yeah, they're just menacing little bat things. You don't really have to worry about them. Oop. Here we do have to hit these enemies, these that are on the bottom of these flowers, to open them up. Normally on adventure mode, this is something that you really have to worry about a lot, because when you open them up, they don't stay open for very long, so you may have to re-trigger the cycle while you're still on the platform section. For story mode, they made all of those platforms last a very long time, so you don't really need to worry about re-triggering platforms. The shoutouts to
Yeah, but for real though, shoutouts to any dev that's like, hey, we want people to see this game. So even if you're not necessarily great at it or you have accessibility needs, please still play our game. We want you to experience it.
exactly, shoutouts to accessibility.
Oh, yeah.
This game in particular, and this dev in particular, is all about it. When this released, there was some issues with the platforming being a little too hard for like an entry-level gamer who may have only played Grease, and they weren't expecting this to have a bunch of difficult combat or platforming sections. So they did have a patch not long after release, which listened to everybody who brought up those concerns and made story mode a lot easier. So shout outs to the devs for that.
Oh my gosh, that rules. That is so good. And hey, if you have a minute, you know what else is good?
What's good?
We got a $5 donation, and that's someone said, okay, look, I've seen the bid war basically, and I'm putting this $5 over to Swoop. That puts Swoop on the board there against the Cow and Bowser right now. Toadette does not have any love quite yet, which is unfortunate, but nonetheless there, that makes Cow at top at $65, Bowser at $35, and Swoop at $5. Thank you so much, Anonymous, for that donation.
Yes, thank you so much. Here we do have a fight with a large boar that is scripted, and we do have to take care of it. We're going to do the same thing, though, and lead it over to the right-hand side of the screen. Just manipulate its AI to do it this way. That way, once we take care of the corruption in it, we can just immediately keep on moving right. And here is our introduction to a new mechanic. We unlock new abilities throughout this game as Neva grows older. This one I like to refer to as the Neva Bazooka. So now we will be working together with Neva to get through some platforming puzzles. If I hit, as it says up there on the screen, if I hit a certain button, it's going to launch Neva across the screen, an enemy for me. And so here immediately we can use that to hit that platform that we wouldn't normally be able to reach. Now, Neva Launcher actually isn't too useful as far as combat for most stuff. But for specific portions like this, where the game expects you to use it in order to take out specific enemies to proceed. Like here, we don't want them to take over those birds and slow us down. We use Neva Bazooka to take out the enemy while it's climbing up the wall.
I can't believe Final Fantasy VIII Renoa's Angelo Cannon actually became a real weapon.
Yes, this is the Angelo Cannon of Neva.
Yeah, it really is.
And you saw me again. I used Neva Bazooka there to make sure I took care of those enemies that were crawling up toward the bodies of those birds, to make sure that the birds didn't get corrupted. Up that these bats getting in my way. There we go. Want to hit that platform over there so that we can get the next flower. We're going to drop down, jump over here. And again, if I was on adventure mode, those, you see them closing now? That cycle would have been so tight. I would have had to re-trigger the flowers once I got over to them. But nah, they open just long enough for me to get that flower on story mode.
They really know that the story mode, it seems like.
Now I'm on my way up to
Yeah, just in general, this game is gorgeous.
yes. I'm on my way up now to sort of a mini boss. It's more of an auto scroller, but it does teach you that there is a cooldown on the Neva Bazooka. And the way we can see the cooldown is by this little white pulse, which will show up around Alba. So you see, I'll have Neva, I'll send up there to hit the enemy. Once Neva disappears, there should be a little pulse around my body, and that means that the bazooka's ready again. So this is really more of like a tutorial mini-boss than an actual mini-boss. Because as you can see, it's not really a threat, it's just making me walk to the left.
You guys walk to the left in this go right video game. How dare?
How dare
Right? The worst enemy of gaming has been appeared.
Going left.
Yeah. And as you hit these platforms up here, just want to send a reminder out that on the very next run Delta Room, we do have a milestone that we're trying to reach here at $3,300 to fight the optional fight, optional boss fight, Mike. Tongue twister in the chapter 4 of Deltarune. You have to actually use your microphone on that fight and everything like that, and I really want to see it. So that will be at the marker of $3,300. So we have $295 to go on that one. I got myself in all sorts of tongue twisters today.
Here we've got our next boss, which is the deer.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. It's really more of a cycle-based fight. You want to make sure that you are just making sure you hit the deer when their weak point is exposed. If you don't get them in time, it just adds another cycle to the fight, which is slowing us down. You're saying, well, there's another deer there in the middle of the screen. What's that about? Well, this is a Dark Souls game after all. We can't have a singular boss. We gotta have a double boss.
Yes. Double bosses. Everyone loves those, right?
Yeah, surely everyone loves those.
Yeah.
You'll see me standing here in the middle so that I can try and get Neva to take care of one of them when it's open and exposed, and I can jump over and just have enough time to get to the other. So I can optimally kill both of these at the same time, which hopefully we can do. Looks like we got one more cycle. And very nice, clean boss fight.
GG, that was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, the fight itself is almost artistic.
That's a real creepy monster. You might be saying, wow, we've been in the fall for a long time. Well,
Okay, but
it's not over yet.
Oh, wow.
Where's Neva?
Neva? Neva? Neva? Neva!
So, mask off, this is actually a horror game.
Yeah, I was waiting when that would happen.
Now, it's kind of debatable what's going on right now, but we haven't been dragged down into what I guess we could call the underworld. As you can see, we've literally gone under the world, and there's a bunch of dead animals down here. And this entire area is going to be very dark and scary. You can see the structures themselves are actually made out of like the corpses of those no-face enemies.
Oh.
And we're also introduced to the enemies in this area, which are like the ones we've been fighting, but they've got flowers for heads, and they explode when they die. Also, don't worry about what's going on in the background there. I'm sure there's nothing wrong there.
They're chilling.
just hanging out.
Yeah.
Just vibing. Oh, we found Neva. We've also found portals.
Oh, oh.
It wouldn't be a puzzle platformer without portals.
As you do.
The cool thing about portals is when you go through them, they do recharge your double jump and air dash, which they expect you to do for these portal portions, but I'm gonna skip this this whole area by just falling down and weaving back and forth. We don't take stairs, we just fall.
Stairs are slow.
Whatever's going on in the background, again, don't worry about it. I'm sure it's fine. This guy's being a meanie. Okay, there he goes. And now it's time to say goodbye to the pixels, because I call this screen Big Red, and it's going to kill the bitrate on the stream, but that's just the way the game is.
You'll never guess why they call it Big Red. It's because they like the gum.
Yes, as a friend has said before, if you don't speedrun Big Red, well then, you know the rest of the joke. So we've got another hub area. We've got to clear the left and the right before we can proceed. So I'm going to go left first here. And each of these is just kind of like some light portal jumping and some combat to take care of. So while I'm getting to this next combat, Ryu, if you got anything to talk about, go right ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Just want to double up on the reminder for Deltarune is the next Deltarune is the next run that will be happening here on Saving Sarah. So we will have the fight mic available at the milestone of $3,300. We'll have that optional boss fight in Chapter 4. So if you want to see that, definitely hit that exclamation point, donate, and click to donate to Sarah directly. It will help her out with ending her housing's insecurity and help her get to a better financial place in life. And that is why we are all here for this.
As you saw in that fight, one of the gimmicks of that fight in this little portal tunnel is hitting enemies through the portals. If you can stack them on top of each other where the others spawn in where the others explode when they die, the explosions do damage to the other enemies, so I was using that to my advantage to kind of speed up the fight. Before we proceed, we do have to hit that column up there, which I did. Otherwise, we can't grab that flower when we come back here later, which will be when we clear the right side, which we're about to get to. But first, we gotta fall all the way back down to the hub. Falling and falling and falling. Good thing there's no fall damage. These big long arms and
That'd be
stuff.
so real. I forgot about this area of the game, so I'm just like, I'm just being dumbfounded by it because this is so cool.
Yes, everything here is so as creepy and scary as it is. Like, hey, what's that? As creepy as scary as it is.
That's friend shaped.
It is extremely beautiful still. There I use the portal so I can get an immediate down stab on this enemy. And keep them from warping away, because that's, again, what the big enemies like to warp away on you if you don't get damage in fast enough. So they conveniently put a portal there so you're able to get a down stab in. And now it's time to gather that flower, which we were wanted to grab before. And back down to the hub. Now, there's an intended way to do this puzzle, but it's slightly faster to sequence break it a little bit with our slashes and dashes, the stuff that's available to us. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the sequence break just because it's fun. Let's see if I can do it. We're not going to bother with the left-hand side at all here. There we go, just like that. We can use our... whoops, Neva, go to the left. We can use our slashes to pause our aerial momentum, and it keeps us in the air just long enough so that we're able to access the top of that platform without ever having to go over to the left-hand side. Saves a bunch of time.
Ah, clever.
And this is the second half of this underworld area fall. It's very dark, and this unlocks our, well, really like our final ability with Neva. Neva and us will now become one. We'll be fighting together from here on out. This has now powered up all of our attacks. You can see my third slash always has Neva as part of it.
Oh, that's cool.
It does a ton of damage. So any normal enemies have just become very trivial. Cool thing about having Neva as part of us is also that Neva acts as like a glow stick, so...
From child to teenager to glow stick. Just a cycle of life.
So we can see all these dark passages now because Neva is iridescent. If only I could be so grossly iridescent. Incandescent.
It's not too late. I have a pack of glow sticks. Wait for you to just start eating them now.
Yes,
Do not eat glow sticks at home.
Yeah, kids, do not eat glow sticks.
Do not eat glow sticks, please.
Yeah.
They do not make you glow. There is a flower here that I want to gather. You gotta fall down and make your way over to this left before you fall all the way down. And it's hidden in this little alcove. And just look how creepy this area is. All these corpses in the tunnels. We've got a little bit of a portal puzzle screen here. It's not that hard, though. A lot of the stuff in this game, I'm hesitant to call it puzzles. I'll try and skip this part here by knowing when to jump. Perfect, we made it over.
Clean.
Which puzzle? Knowing when to jump.
Yes. If you know when to jump, you can skip entire rooms in the game. Best thing. The trick here is you want to try and keep these enemies from falling down into the portals because it just wastes time. And now we're going to have to fight one of the large ones. Whoops, large one made me fall into the portal. But in order to proceed, we do have to fall through the portal to grab this ladder. Now I'm going to turn on the flashlight real quick so you can see that flower right there. You might miss it if you don't have the flashlight going. The way to get it is to do this little jump right here, which is harder than it looks. And then climb up this well-hidden ladder. And we've got that flower. We'll be on our way. And it is time now for the final boss of the fall. We've been in the fall forever. It's time for the final boss.
And we're still falling.
The fallen boss.
Yo, Tasaki.
So you can just, again, you can dash and roll to avoid all of these attacks, which you're expected to do. And eventually the weak point will be exposed. So this is all on rails. It's always going to be the same fight every time. So you can, if you're wanting to really no-hit this game, it's not that hard to do. It's just a matter of safely doing all of the small enemies throughout the rest of the game and knowing the attacks of the bosses. So this is a little bit on rails. There's just a little bit more left to it. Ryu, you got something short you want to say?
Yeah, yeah. It actually gives me a good time to talk about, we have been mentioning the housing insecurity that we're trying to alleviate from Sarah and whatnot, but just to talk about a little bit about housing in the US right now, it's just a problem that has been just kind of taking a dumpster every single year. Habitat for Humanity just mentions in their 2025 report that more than 20% of all types of house people were cost burdened in some way, and that the housing prices continues to increase despite incomes not increasing. It has been a significant issue throughout the US, but we can at least help each other, secure more housing with this mutual aid that we're doing here for Sarah today. So hit that exclamation point, donate, if you're able to help out. Any amount helps, but at the same time, it does go to some of the future runs, like the character bid war we have from Mario Kart World, and for the Deltarune Fight Mike optional boss for Chapter 4, which is coming up after this run. So once we hit $3,300 on that, that will happen.
Get that met, y'all. I want to see Fight Mike.
Heck yeah.
Also, was that all?
Please.
Was that just a dream or a nightmare? Did that actually really happen? I don't know, but it's winter time. We do keep the ability to stay like fused with Neva, so maybe it did happen, maybe not. Welcome to winter. As you can see, Neva is now like young adult, almost fully grown, and we can ride Neva in this section of the game.
I'm sorry, the Neva sauce are so cute. Oh.
The quickest movement is still air dodging, which I am doing. It doesn't look like it though, just because of the way Neva's animations look. It's more of an air lunge when you're riding Neva.
This combat it just gets so much cooler the further you go.
Yeah, once you unlock the Neva slashes, as you saw, those normal enemies just got melted. That jump there is a little hard, but we got it. We do have to make that jump in order to get a flower that's up here.
And as a reminder, since we haven't got to talk about it quite since like the beginning of the run, the flowers themselves, do they unlock anything or do anything?
The flowers, if you get all 29 of them, they are for a trophy in the game, but also they do unlock a secret cutscene. I'm not going to show off that cutscene because it is spoilers, but at the very end of the game, in the very last section, if you have collected all the flowers, there's a secret cutscene you can go watch. Greece also has something like this with its collectibles. There's a secret cutscene you could watch if you got them all. I will say that the cutscene is worth watching for anybody who plays the game. Definitely go get all the flowers. You will want to see it.
Yeah, and the extra challenges that the flowers provide as well seems to be very, very satisfying too.
Yes, like I said, there's a few that are kind of difficult to get, and we're coming up on a spot where we have to fight a couple of battles we wouldn't normally have to fight unless we were going for all flowers. But here's our first glimpse at the final boss of the game. We were supposed to get introduced to her much earlier, but we skipped all the cutscenes. She is the Queen of the Corruption. She's a very big lady, and right now we're just going to keep doing what she says. So at all the hubs, I've been going left first for the most part. This one, you do want to go right first. There are some built-in cutscenes in this area, which go faster if you do the right side first than the left. And that, it's only going to make sense in a moment, but there in the background, you might see a new friend that we've been introduced to. We'll see more of him in a moment. First, I want to grab this flower.
A real friend understands that you need these flowers.
That's right. There's another flower that I'm passing by right now. You can see there's a big ramp up to it. It's gonna be faster for me to approach that ramp from the other side as we exit here. So I'll grab that flower on the way out. But here we're getting introduced to the gimmick on the right side is this mirror. Everything here on the right introduces this mirror mechanic where we have to pay attention to the mirror either on the bottom or the top of the screen or the side of the screen. The reflection is what you actually want to be looking at because we're only going to be able to see the enemies in the reflections.
Gotcha.
And if we were on adventure mode, you could only see the platforms in the reflections as well.
Okay, that's actually pretty cool, though.
Yes. Not cool for accessibility, but
No.
thankfully they did change that again in that first patch. They made the platforms visible in story mode. But I do love everything in this winter area section of the game. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, all these platforms I'm on now, you would only be able to see the reflections of them down on the bottom if I was on adventure mode.
And wherever we can, we gotta take care of our folks. That's why we're here, baby.
Here we've got a fight where we're on the left side of the screen, but we have to watch the right side mirror. So all my controls are mirrored in this fight because I'm looking at the right hand side in the mirror to do this fight. It's a little disorienting. That's alright, took care of it though. And you'll be looking at the top by the flower that's about to open up. You see there's a ladder up there. I wonder if that goes anywhere.
Maybe, I don't know. These ladders haven't really been going anywhere, right?
No. This one's... since it does draw your attention to this ladder with that flower opening and everything, this one you might find easily on a casual playthrough. And then be like, oh wait, I wasn't supposed to go this way. This isn't progression. I didn't want this flower thing. What's this flower thing for? Yeah.
I don't get any points. I don't get any extra lives. What the heck?
Here's our actual progression. And I love this platforming section with all these clouds. This part's very reminiscent of some stuff that's in Greece, the game that came before this.
If you happen to know, what is the distance of time between the two releases?
I can't remember when Greece came out. I know it was probably like 5 or 6 years. It was quite a while.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That would sound right.
Yeah, Nomada's indie developer out of Spain. These are the only games that they've worked on, so they put everything into them.
And it shows.
Again, nothing like maybe some other game that you might have heard about recently with a protagonist with a red cape and white head and a sword. Nothing like that studio.
No, nothing at all.
It's almost like if you just let studios make games and don't pressure them, they make really good games.
Yo, just let people make games? No way.
I'll never take off. Making a good video game? Pfft, come on.
No. Where's the live service in this? Come on.
Yeah.
Let me gesture wildly to game coming out that will sell like 1.6 billion copies. That's what we need.
Yeah, truly what this game was missing was loot boxes.
Agreed. Where's my Neva skins?
Yeah, we need some Neva skins.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm not gonna lie, I would fall for that. I would 100% be like, Neva skins, let's go. Put her like a like a nice little sweater.
Well, here's our new friend. This is I call Shadow the Hedgehog. Because Shadow the Hedgehog is so cool.
Oh my god. Was not ready. I was not.
But that cutscene right there is the reason that we went to the right first, because you saw I was able to move during that cutscene and immediately go to the left-hand side of the screen. So when the cutscene ended, I could immediately keep moving. If you go to the left-hand side first, you're locked in that cutscene. You can't move. So you do lose a little bit of time if you go left first instead of right in this hub area. This is, like I said, there are some fights that are exclusive if you're grabbing all flowers, and this is one of them. This is the block dude fight.
Block dude fight. Sorry.
Yeah, shout out to block dude. I want to fall a little bit left, but not too far left. There we go. And we have gotten the flower. Now there is a lot of dashing left to get over to where we gotta go now, so Rio, again, now's a good time if you want to say anything.
Yeah, absolutely. So earlier I spoke a little bit about how housing is just difficult in the US itself, just as a generalized problem. But, you know, as a furthermore to back that up, Lotus House has been mentioning that 63% of all people working minimum wage in the US for women, and women earn less than men in all fields. And that is kind of contributing to the issue of just housing is even harder for women in the US, and especially folks in controlling domestic situations like Sarah. So there's kind of a lot that is working against folks in general, and we want to be hyper aware of that. Hence why we're here with this mutual aid, making sure that we are able to take care of our wonderful valued member of the speedrunning community, Sarah, and just want to make sure that she is going to do all right there. So if you have anything that you're able to pass on or donate, please hit ! donate. We also have those extra bonus incentives between the Deltarune bonus fight in Chapter 4 and the character bid war for selecting a character in the upcoming Mario Kart World Run, which Cal is still winning at $65, with Bowser falling behind not too far at $35, and swooping in with $5 redues. No love for the Toadette, but it ain't over yet.
Let's go, Toadette.
Yeah. Surprised. I thought she was more of a fan favorite. I mean, I like the character.
Yeah, we can't let it be a runaway. Come on.
Yeah, and we can't let it be a drive away either. Just before any smart Alex out there say anything. Looking at Champ.
So, grabbing another flower. You did see I was in a cutscene there where, well, not really cutscene, but a scripted event where Shadow the Hedgehog took out a bunch of enemies for us and did a little bit of flirting with Neva. Something tells me that Shadow the Hedgehog has his eyes on Neva.
Love Cam Bloom in the battlefield.
Oh no.
We got another flower fight here. This one not block dudes, this one just kind of a normal fight. We've got the return of the flying enemies that we love so much. I'm just gonna let this one come over to me, because come on, it'll be faster. Thank you. Gonna also try and do a jump here to go a little quicker. There we go. We don't use ladders or stairs. We just jump and fall.
I mean, if I had bionic knees like she does, I would also fall from various heights.
Alba, the bionic woman.
Yeah.
I mean, is this Studio Ghibli inspired? Maybe she's like one of the robot garden tenders from Castle in the Sky?
Oh, good call, actually. Yeah, maybe that's where the inspiration came from.
Yeah,
can't take fall now.
Yeah, maybe that's what she is. Maybe she's not actually human after all. Maybe she's just a caretaker, taking care of this valley. Who knows? It's kind of, you can headcanon that. There's There's no like actual lore to this game.
Yeah, there ain't no laws saying that you can't make this stuff up. So hey.
I'm sorry, I'm busy trying to imagine what skydiving would look like in a world without fall damage. Is it just people hopping out of planes and just landing
Yeah,
places?
they're just superhero landing everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just walking through a field and it's just like divots everywhere. Airbuses is literally just, oh yeah, no, this is my stop, and just jumps out.
Just hop out, yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That'd be so funny though.
Like, I haven't watched like My Hero Academia in a long time or anything like that, but like, if that was in a world like that, that would be really cool.
Oh yeah.
Just air travel for superheroes. They don't even land the planes. They just happen to jump out.
Just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't have the flight superpower? That's fine. We got you covered. You can just jump out of the planes.
Right. Yeah, you didn't roll flight, you didn't roll super speed, and you didn't roll teleportation. We still got you. You're our market. You're our target market.
Whoops,
Now I'm just thinking of a
block.
superhero world where how did you do the marketing for specific superhero powers that people have and don't have? Like, oh my gosh.
Stuff to think about if y'all are writing any superhero world novels out there. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, or recently inspired by. Our conversation that is very smart and intelligent, and not at all being distracted by our own silly thoughts. No, this is great.
No.
No, yeah.
Who would do that?
Yeah, come on. Who you think we are? We're professionals here. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do some stuff there with that big block in order to get to that flower. And here there's just this one enemy at the end of the level that I'm just like, hey dude, hope you hadn't waited too long for me. I'm just gonna leave you here by. And just like that, we are done with the major hub area that is the winter. As you might imagine, the winter is probably getting closer to the end of the game. As we get done with this portion of winter, we will be heading into the final areas of winter, which we're not quite there yet, but we're getting near the end of the game. So you want to get all your donations in for everything that you want to see coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because Deltarune is coming up next there. And while there will be some time left within the run of Deltarune, you still will at a certain point need to make sure and ensure that that $3,300 milestone is reached for that extra boss fight in the chapter 4. So still have $295 to go on that one. Any amount will go towards that. You don't have to do anything special with that. That is just a strict milestone. So you can go ahead and enter that in and hit up the character bid war when it comes to Mario Kart World. Exclamation point donate if you want to throw that our way.
And after much dashing, we are almost back to the center of this giant hub, where we are going to encounter Shadow one more time. And he kind of needs our help, so let's give Shadow some help. This is not much of a fight because we've got Neva. You can see us melting through enemies.
Mm-hmm.
But thematically, it's neat that we're here defending Shadow when he was the one defending us previously. Gives us a chance to have Neva return the favor. Also, if you can hear my dog barking in the background, I'm sorry.
I legitimately
Never
thought
dogs.
it was just Neva. Yeah.
We've spawned in some platforms, which is going to get us up to the last big platforming part of this first area of winter. We're on no sort of timer or anything here. It's just platforming on a big screen. Which again, shout out to this game for having like just beautiful environments where it will zoom way out and show you how huge this world is. And then take moments to zoom back in and be real intimate. The camera, again, is also just as much a character in this game as the music and the artwork.
Yeah, you were noting a little bit earlier where you say you had to make that really long run back to, you know, the main central area of the hub and whatnot. And I was like, dang, yeah, that's so bad that I have to watch this glorious landscape pass by me and I just get to drink it in. Oh, dang, shucks.
Here we're introduced to like the last platforming mechanic to worry about in the game is this part of the game that's in is those like floating balloon type enemies. And when you hit them, they give you a big boost upward into the air. So we're going to be hitting them and pogoing off of them to do some stuff.
Unlike any other game, by the way. No, nothing like that.
Nothing like any other game, pogoing on enemies to do platforming.
Never.
If you're like, oh, you
Wholly
forgot that
original
balloon on the
concept.
left. No, don't worry about the balloon on the left. I don't need that one.
Bonus balloon for sickos.
Bonus balloon for when the game was a lot harder.
Also fair.
They did adjust the height that you would get off of these boosts in the adjustments that they made. Okay, these guys are being rude.
I love that. Okay,
There we go.
they may be rude, but I love that they can just kind of like bounce off each other.
And I gotta say, it seems like you were just like blazing through this game here. Like you seem to be going at like really good time because you said this is the final area of winter, and then after that, what would that be like the final like I guess level area?
Yeah, there's one more portion of winter after this. So there is a little bit more game after this, but we are getting very close to like the ending portion of the game.
Okay, gotcha. So like you would say like maybe like 15, 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, probably in that area. I think my estimate is 140. Most of my runs with all collectibles are around like a 136, 137.
Ooh, okay. I'm keeping my eye on the timer on this one because I was like, I'm very curious about that.
My PB is a 135 something, which I'm not going to get. I've made mistakes, but here we're introduced again to the final boss. This is our final auto-scroller of the game. If you want to play the game for yourself, you can see it, but we are going to skip it. We don't got to mess with this giant enemy.
Oh, that's such a cool design. That's something funny.
Yeah, we're just going to nope on out of there.
And then we just
No, thank you. I'm full.
We do get to see a little bit of it here when we come back to after the auto-scroll.
This game goes so hard. It's so cool.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go into the final part of winter. In this cutscene, the only thing I'll spoil about that cutscene is Neva runs off with Shadow the Hedgehog, as she can do. That's her prerogative.
Yeah, she's an adult now.
Yeah, so for the rest of the game here, we proceed on our own to fight the Queen of Corruption, living at the top of the big snowy mountain that we've seen in the background throughout the game. This is my actual favorite part of the game because it's all just Alba and only focused on platforming. When you get all of this stuff right in this section, it just feels so satisfying in the speedrun.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great finale for the run. The final boss, when we get to it, will be its own beast to deal with, but for now we're just vibing, and it's all movement. It's very easy to miss flowers in this section because all the flowers are like white and everything here is white. But there is one hidden over on that side of the screen. Before we proceed to the left here on these steps that we activated.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I didn't even see the flower over there until it's zoomed in just a little bit. I'm like, oh boy, I would have missed that 100% of the time.
Yes, in casual playthrough, that's definitely one that I missed. Here we do go back to our base damage because we don't have Neva with us anymore. So this fight is as difficult as the enemies were at the beginning, and these block dudes are harder now because we've never had to fight them without Neva Slash. But we fight them in a particular order so that we can proceed over to the left. That was actually a pretty good fight. And we've got some gong platforming stuff going on here. We activate gongs to shift platforms. That's kind of the gimmick of all of the platforming in this section. And you'll see me doing a lot of like the aerial stuff available to me, to quickly traverse through all of this rather than doing quite everything that would be required casually.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a big upward slope where I can just roll. Finally, I can rest that button.
Gotcha. Roll uphill, air dash downhill.
Here we do have an elevator, so this is Dark Souls, so clearly you want to go back down after you've activated the up elevator to find the secret at the bottom.
Ah.
Of course, yes.
Yeah, very classic gaming there, honestly. It's like, all right, there's something behind the waterfall and there's something below the elevator.
Oh yeah, if this game had a waterfall, there would absolutely be something behind it.
100%.
Yeah.
That jump is really hard, like, even casually, because Alba just likes to magnet hands onto these ladders, and she does not want to let go of that ladder wall. So doing that fall jump is just really annoying. Here we're going to hit that gong and come back here so that we can go over to this ladder that may not have been visible on the right. Oh no, we missed it.
Oh no!
Slightly more marathon.
Yeah,
that
one
lets
for
me talk
the fans at home.
Let me talk about this right here, because this you do have to hit the gong and then double jump back up to grab the ladder to do this. Counterintuitive, not something that you may think about other than going for the flowers. And here's the flower that was hidden way up here where we couldn't see it.
Well, yeah, they make you more search for these now in the later game instead of just like strictly platforming puzzle.
And we've now entered the final checkpoint for winter. We're getting close to the boss. We've got a fight here with a couple of the big dudes. If this fight goes well, you can kill them before either of them warps away, but as you can see, I'm just going to take it casually, just safely get through this fight.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I haven't been counting. I don't remember how many flowers left, but there's only a couple left, I think. So that's again an indication of how close we are to the end of the game. I think there's only one enemy fight left as well. And we've got another gong elevator platform. I wonder what we're going to do with this elevator.
No.
Could be anything.
That's right. They did it twice. They hid the same flower trick twice. Then the elevator back down.
Love me a good elevator. Let's go. I mean, I suppose that's true. The game I do speed run is Elevator Action Returns, so maybe I do love an elevator. Just didn't even think about that when I said it out loud.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that is the last enemy fight of the game. And I believe we only got one flower left in winter, and there will be one left after the final boss.
Yo!
This dude, this is the biggest block dude you've ever seen. He wants to hit us with this giant block that, as you can see, whenever it hits the wall, it shifts the stuff on top because it hits the gong. We're gonna have him walk back a little bit and have him hit this wall again. It changes the configuration so that the stairs are leading up and to the left. And you can see I can access now that hole in the ceiling. And this is where the last flower in the winter is at.
See why they hired that guy. Jeez Louise, he's strong.
That's one heck of a block, dude, yeah.
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 It's a little dude. Here's our final platforming section. Introducing new things even in the final platforming section. We got these falling block dudes. So here in this climb, I'll just try to let go and re-grab to avoid getting hit, even though in story mode it doesn't matter too much. But when I do get hit, I mean, it really bends my piss.
They said the thing. Sorry.
They said the thing.
Shout out to Tabby.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everybody else on tech team, you've been killing it this whole event. Through all the tech troubles, y'all are my heroes. And shout outs to the chat mods. Love you, chat mods. Final shout out social media team. Let's go social media team.
This is your thankful and apology tour at the same time.
Yeah, just volunteers in general. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. All the teams, everyone who made this event happen, y'all have just killed it these last 5 days. We're getting close to the end of the event. Just thank you all so much for doing this all. I know it's all for Doodleplex. It's going to a great cause here. And y'all are great people. Love all of you.
Seriously, all for taking the time, both for, internally making the event run, but also externally, people who are watching at home. Thank you so much for putting so much into this event here and spending so much time with us here, because it's been absolutely wonderful vibes the entire weekend. And I just want to also take the time to say, hey, thank you all as well. But we're going to keep going strong here as we go into our next run soon, which will be Deltarune, which we are going to have that $3,300 milestone that can be reached for that final or that optional boss in chapter 4. So if you can throw anything donation wise, hit exclamation point donate, and we would love to see that boss fight happen.
Speaking of boss fights, this is the final boss. She can be very RNG. We want to try and get behind her and not have her knock us off platform. Otherwise, she parries us with her sword. She can also dash across. She can do leaping attacks, which wastes a lot of time. Hate to see that. But in general, you want to try and get her into a loop like this, where you can keep rolling and get right back behind her. She's trying to sunlock me here with her parries. Another dash, wasting more time. So yeah, at the end of your run, you can lose a lot of time just to the RNG of the final boss, which... unfortunate, but you can usually kind of manage it to the best of your availability. Oh no, she's not quite dead yet. I think we're in trouble.
Had a hero.
If only there was a Neva in this game called Neva.
Title drop. Roll credits.
So this second part of the fight, much easier because we've got Neva slashes. They have a much bigger distance and they do more damage, so it's kind of like halves this fight. Just like that, the final boss is done with. I'm going to skip the cutscene, so again, no spoilers for you here. But yeah, stuff happens in this cutscene. You can play the game and see it for yourself. So that's gonna be it. We're here in the spring. This is the final section. This is kind of on rails. We're introduced to fully adult Neva and a new character at the very end.
And as we kind of get to the end of this run, oh, go ahead.
This is Neva. No, this is Neva's puppy, Bruma. She's a good little girl. We're going to take Bruma on a little trip through the springtime. That trip means we're going to go left, and then we're going to go right, and then we'll be ending the run after that. That tree we were sitting in front of, there's a ladder on the left side of the tree. After you collect this last flower that's over here on the left, if you're playing casually and you want to watch that hidden cutscene, just follow the ladder on the tree, and it'll take you up to where you can activate and watch the cutscene. You can see Bruma there, waiting for us to head right. And there'll just be some forced interaction cutscenes. It's all very cute and adorable here. I'll take this as a chance to do my shout-outs. Kasaki, you got any shout-outs?
Mostly shout out to Doodleplex. Genuinely one of the coolest people I know in the speedrun scene. Taught me how to be a chat mod when I was very first starting out. So I was more than happy to help out with this event. And yeah, just if like all of y'all donate, seriously, she deserves it. Super cool person.
Absolutely. And shout outs to the Neva speedrunning community. If you're interested in running this game, again, it's very accessible because of story mode. If you want to start with story mode, you can find the Discord through the speedrun.com page. It's a joint Discord with the Greece speedrun community. So if you're interested in running either game, you can come join us, and everybody is very happy to help you learn all the tips and tricks. Shout outs to the Binary Breakers community. Breakers mentioned.
Sorry.
And we got a little bit more here. I am going to, with permission of production, because they already gave me the permission, I'm going to be showing the final cutscene of the game. If anybody's been watching this whole time, they're really invested, I definitely recommend watching it. I will warn you that it's extremely sad. So if you are sensitive to extremely sad things, especially with animals being harmed, you may not want to watch it. But if you're cool with pushing on through and you want to cry with the rest of us, because it makes me cry every damn time, then just hang out, enjoy the 5-minute cutscene that's about to play here pretty soon. It's not quite time yet. There's going to be a cutscene trigger, and then it's bring me back out of that cutscene, and then I'll let you know when I'll be calling time. I'll call it out, and then we'll all enjoy the cutscene. Again, thank you all so much for watching Neva and for supporting this event. We're just going to skip this cutscene showing off a bird that's flying in the sky. Nothing bad's going to happen here. I'm going to call time as soon as I touch this this bird that has fallen out of the sky. And it triggers the final cutscene. Everybody enjoy the final cutscene? Time. Also, chat, everybody spam thank you, Neva. All right, everybody. I've been soulmass218. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through Neva. Stick around for Deltarune and keep on donating. Bye, everybody.
And thank you, Soulmass, for that wonderful run through Neva. Greatly appreciate you taking us through such a beautiful and both emotional journey, despite seeing only one cutscene. Damn, that hit home. That actually hit home already. But no, seriously, thank you so much. Absolutely beautiful game. But that said, thank you all for joining us for this run of Neva. I have a little bit of news for you all who's been hanging out this entire time. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, the runs today have been going extraordinarily well. People have been on point. They've been playing through their games at a rapid pace, and it's been absolutely incredible. So with that, we're going to be adding a short showcase between Deltarune and Breath of the Wild. We have Zennadir, who's going to be showing off the new Omega Plantes hunt in Monster Hunter Wilds. It's one of the super bosses from Final Fantasy XIV that's now in the Mon Hunt with the part of their collaboration that they've been doing. It's really hard, but for me, like, even like the simplest monsters in Monster Hunter are really hard for me, so. But they have a lot of little Easter eggs and everything like that from Final Fantasy XIV. So if there's any FF14 fans in chat, they're definitely going to love that. It's gonna be a nice 25-minute fight to really drive home about how much fight there is in this monster here in Omega Plantes. So it's like, yeah, please stay tuned for that. And that'll be between Deltarune and Breath of the Wild. We'll be slotting that in between those two. But as said, otherwise, thank you so much for hanging out here. I greatly appreciate it. So as a reminder, Deltarune is coming up next. We still have a milestone goal for $3,300 to fight the optional boss in Chapter 4, and called Mike. And we'll have to use your microphone, or they will have to use their microphone during that boss fight to be able to win against them. So it's an interesting concept in general. That is just a milestone that we will want to reach at $3,300. So $295 more to reach that one. And for any donations that do come in on that, you can also add to the character bid war for Mario Kart World. We have 4 characters for selection during that run later tonight between Cow, Bowser, Swoop, and Toadette. Now, look, y'all, Toadette has like $0 reviews, and I cannot believe that Toadette has fallen off the favor of y'all out there. Like, come on now. Yes, I like the cow. I'm a fan of the cow as well. Don't get me wrong here, but Toadette sitting at 0, absolute disaster in my eyes. So, if you are donating anything, please put into that character bid war, and please put Toadette on the pedestal that she deserves. She's short little gal. She can only do so much. She can't even reach the cookie jar, and she can also use all the boosting that she can get as well. So I'm just checking some things on my end here. Okay, perfect. All right, excellent. So it has been a wonderful time with you all running through Neva, getting to watch such a glorious and beautiful game. But all good things must come to an end, as the story of and my time here on the show has come to an end, that said. But you do have one of the best in the biz out here who's going to be joining you. You're going to be hanging out with Satan herself. That's her full name, not just Satan herself. Satan herself, in quotes, will also be there. So I'm gonna be transitioning over to her as soon as possible, but everyone stay tuned. We have Deltarune next. We will be happy to accept any donations through !donate. But seriously, thank you all for being such a wonderful audience. We'll be hanging out for the rest of the night here, so please kick back, relax, enjoy yourselves, grab some snacks. We have a lot more challenge and speedrun gaming coming your way. Stay tuned.
Hello, chat. It is true. Rita was telling the truth. Hello, my name is Satan herself. I am so excited to be here for the next run of Deltarune. This is our longest run of the event, if you can believe it. I think probably you can. But we are going to be running Deltarune, all chapters, all bosses glitchless here very, very soon from our wonderful runner, Ash. But before we get there, I just want to remind y'all of all the amazing things that we have open right now and what we're doing here. So first off, what are we doing here? Well, we are helping our friend Doodleplex, or you can call her Sarah as well. Right now, she is experiencing a little bit of a difficult situation with her family and a relationship situation, and all of that kind of turned her life a little bit upside down. And that means that she is not in a very secure housing spot, nor does she have the financial means to be able to pick herself back up as much as we would like her to be able to do for herself. So that is where we come in. We are a group of volunteers and speedrunning friends of Sarah who are so excited to be putting on this event to raise money to be able to get her back to a more stable situation. And not just for her, but for her 2 cats as well, Rosie and Ruby. We have already raised over $3,000, which is absolutely incredible for our friend Sarah. But today is the final day of the marathon, meaning that if you've been waiting to donate, if you have just found us here, now would be a wonderful time to go ahead and give as much as you can, as much as with what is within your means, to be able to help Doodleplex get back on her feet. It is an incredible event that we're doing here. I love mutual aid. It is my favorite thing to host, my favorite thing to be a part of, to be able to make happen, because it really is so direct. Every bit of your donations goes directly towards Sarah. There's no intermediaries, no nothing. It's just us and our friend. So we have some amazing things coming up as well that you can donate for. It's not just, of course, giving to a good cause, but also we've got stuff you can donate towards. So first of all, we have that open bid war for the Mario Kart World Run later tonight to choose the character that we're going to be using. And we have 4 very different characters that are a lot of fun to choose from. We've got Toadette, which is cute. Toadette has no donations, by the way, right now. And chat, I know we have Toadette fans. I am certain we have fans of the little pink, the little pink friend. So if you'd like to donate towards Toadette, I'd love to see her get some love. But we've also got other options as well. We've got Bowser, which is currently in 2nd place behind, well, none other than Cow. Everybody does love Cow. I get it. I love Cow just as much as the next person loves Cow. But you know what? Bowser's been around since day 1. He is an OG of the franchise. So I think we better give him his flowers too and give him a run for the money. It's only a $30 difference between those 2 options. So that means that you can absolutely close that gap or help close that gap with a donation. Bowser is the GOAT. I love playing Bowser in Smash. He's awesome. I like it when he turns big in the Mario Party. We can definitely get some donations for Bowser. !donate in chat. And we are also working towards our next incentive for our very next run. It's coming up super fast. It is the bonus mic fight. So if you don't know what the bonus mic fight looks like, I'm not going to spoil it for you because it is one of the funniest, wackiest secrets in Deltarune right now. A lot of people who played Chapter 4 casually did not find this. It's very difficult to go ahead and find, but that's okay. We get to show it to y'all if we get to $3,300 on the marathon. It is a little bit late into this next run, but this next run is the only run that we will have to meet that. So chat, get in your donations now. We got to start moving on that one so that we can see it. It is so much fun. I promise you, you are not going to want to miss the mic fight. And again, I'm sure even if you played Deltarune Chapter 4 casually, you might not have seen this. It reveals possibly the funniest quote-unquote villain in the game. And I say quote-unquote because technically this is this quote-unquote character is listed on the villains wiki for Deltarune. And you're gonna want to know what I'm talking about, but I'm not gonna give you too many details because you're just gonna want to see this. I promise you, it's gonna be so much fun. But we are still setting up for that run coming up here. So we're gonna just hang tight for 1 more minute until we get those runners up here, runners and comms up here to start that Deltarune run.